October 31st, Monday Night Raw.
My name is Brett Alive. This is...
I review, but my
review.
wrestling name is Brian Scar.
No, Brian's wrestling name is Dink.
No, it's not Dink. It's Brian
That
Scar.
is the best wrestling name. Brian Scar.
Brian Scar.
Brian Scar. That's actually a pretty nice name.
Brian Scar.
I came up with the last name Scar, though.
Watch out for an upcoming match. Once we get into winter, it is going to be
Winter
one
time,
of the
gonna be crazy.
best matches you guys will ever see. We're going to put
It's
a lot
gonna
of
be
time
good.
and effort into it.
I
It's
can actually agree.
It's going to be a really fun match to do. That's all I got to say.
But yeah, guys, I'm really excited to be here. Episode 3 of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. Sorry, yes, we were supposed to do this podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or yesterday.
Yesterday.
But you know, our work schedules,
Yeah.
it jams everything up because this isn't our full-time gig. I wish it was, believe me. I wish
would
YouTube
be
was my full-time gig.
awesome.
Trust me.
It would
But
be
it's
awesome.
not my full-time job. So I do have like another job I gotta get to. So it sort of jacks it up. But I had to get this podcast out for you guys. In this video, we are going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. And this episode of Raw was on Halloween night.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
I don't know if you know this, but this episode of Raw, obviously, like I said, it was on Halloween night.
Yes.
And this is one of the lowest viewership, views that a Monday Night Raw has had in the past, like as long as Raw's been around.
Well, of course.
They
because
had a little over 1 million viewers, which is very low.
Wow,
And
that,
the thing
that
is,
is really low.
they had to compete with Halloween, trick or
Yeah,
treating,
Halloween,
and
trick-or-treating.
and they had to compete with Monday Night Football, and the World Series was supposed to happen, but I think
man.
it got
It was
postponed. I could be wrong, but this is what I heard from the Wrestle Talk News. And I was like, oh my gosh, Raw had to compete with a lot of things. I didn't realize they were
Yeah.
competing up against all those things.
Wow.
But
yeah.
anyways, decent show.
Yeah, for sure.
Decent
I mean,
show.
A lot of crazy stuff.
Of course, on Halloween night, they're always going to go crazy with the nice Halloween theme, and it was pretty decent. So we're going to talk about the entire show, full play-by-play right now, and starting off with our first match. We jumped right into, we opened up the show, Bianca Belair entering right away, and she had a one-on-one match up against Nikki Cross. This was a pretty decent match, definitely solid, pretty cool to see Nikki Cross back in her crazy character.
Like psychotic kind of.
Yeah, no
I like
longer the superhero Nikki ASH bullcrap.
Childish.
You know, she's back to her psychotic character, which of course she was in the tag team Sanity with Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, and Killian Dane, which I like that group.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And her theme song was sort of like a modified Sanity theme.
That is cool.
It was.
It's
And
more
it
like
was-
a crazy,
Yeah.
pumped up.
It was cool. So the match was decent overall, between Nikki and Bianca Belair. In the end, Damage Control, they tried to get involved and become the ultimate factor in Bianca losing, I would assume. It didn't really work out to their advantage because Bianca Belair was able to fend him off and then hit the KOD on Nikki Cross to pick up the victory. Right after that, we saw Damage Control get in the ring, started
course.
beating up Bianca Belair and Nikki Cross. They started
Oh.
beating up both of them. Oh, wait, no. Nikki Cross rolled out of the ring right away, I believe. And then
Yeah.
they just beat up Bianca Belair. And then here comes Alexa Bliss and Asuka. They
There
return
we
to
go.
help Bianca Belair. They come out,
So
and it's evened out. It's back to 3-on-3.
Yeah, 3-on-3. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I was just thinking
Because
about.
Alexa Bliss and Asuka were injured by Damage Control a couple weeks back.
Yes. Yes, basically with my thing, I kind of like this. More build up to basically the crown jewel match between
Yes.
Bianca Belair and Bayley. Of course, Damage Control, of course, getting in, interfering with the match. Of course, they want to make a more name for themselves. Get the word out there. That oh man, we can easily beat you up. You're not a wrestler. You're just the EST of WWE. All this fake stuff. And Bayley's been in the company longer than her. She's better.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. But it's more of like getting in Bianca Belair's head. I like to kind of build up more storyline, more suspense.
Yeah.
Basically, want you to look forward at Saudi Arabia on how that match is eventually going to go on. But Nikki
Definitely.
Cross, I like what they're doing with her. They
That's
brought
cool.
her back. It's more psychotic kind
Yeah,
of
I
thing.
like it. It's better than the superhero crap. I hated it so much.
Not good. Not
It
good.
sucked.
Childish.
Childish, just
Like that's how I knew
bullcrap.
they were going for more children.
And
not
she was
like older
heel,
people.
and she was a superhero. It was like, what?
Yeah, that
It
doesn't
made
make any
no
sense.
sense.
No.
It was like, what? But overall, decent. Not my favorite thing on the show. Cool to see Bianca Belair beat Nikki Cross, I guess. And then Alexa Bliss and Asuka obviously back. That's pretty cool. Right after that, we had an interview with Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss backstage, obviously setting up the match for later in the show. Alexa Bliss and Asuka had set out that challenge to Dakota Kai and Io Sky for a women's tag team championship match, an opportunity in the main event of the show, and they got it. We will talk about that match.
Oh, yeah.
It ought to be really decent. But right after that, it was scheduled to be a virtual interview between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. These virtual interviews is where there is a cut screen, and then they're in separate locations to keep it controlled. So Bobby Lashley's on one side, no Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So the thing is, Bobby Lashley's ready for an interview. They start talking to him through the headset, through the earpiece, and Brock Lesnar's music hits in the arena.
It's crazy.
So Brock Lesnar is coming out in the arena as Bobby Lashley is sitting in a controlled location in the back somewhere, getting ready for a professional
virtual interview.
So I thought this was really cool. I feel like it showed up Bobby Lashley, who was dressed in a suit. He was all ready, professional. Here comes Lesnar in his flannel, coming out to the ring, and he's like,
country boy.
I know Texas doesn't want to hear us talk. They want to hear us fight. So Bobby Lashley, he doesn't back down from a challenge.
No.
He comes out, and before he could even get to the ring, Lesnar gets out of the ring, tackles him, all-out brawl, had to be split up by locker room people, security officials, and Triple H himself.
Triple H himself. That's how you know that Triple H is doing such a good job.
That's how you know it got serious.
Is if he's involving himself in something big. Because the whole WWE universe know this is like one of the biggest matches of all time.
It's going to be a crown jewel. Brock and
because
Bobby. It's very
of
well
course,
anticipated.
Brock and Bobby, they're both like beasts. You know, like they beat Hall of Famers.
Definitely.
In the WWE. Love this build-up. It's kind of basically you said professionalism for Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
More like Brock Lesnar don't care about no interview. He just wants to beat the crap out of Bobby Lashley. He doesn't want to wait till Crown Jewel.
Yeah,
he just wants to get him right at the beginning. But other than that, I mean, I like what they did with that. I liked how I liked how Triple H did come up.
Yeah, Triple H even threatened both men, saying if you put one hand on each other again, the match is off at Crown Jewel. So laying down the law, showing he's not going to be messed with, and his power is not going to be controlled, you know what I'm saying, by other superstars. He's going to lay down the law and make things right. I thought this was really decent. I felt like it was a little similar to what we saw in the past couple weeks, how, you know, Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, they just kind of brawl, they just kind of fight, but that just shows how crazy the match is going to be. They can't stand in front of each other without just, like, beating the crap out of each other. You know, that's just showing how crazy this match is going to be, and I think that's a pretty good way of doing it, but it does get a little repetitive over the past couple weeks.
Yeah, you know, here comes Brock Lesnar. Oh, he beats up Bobby Lashley.
Again,
oh, man, Crown Jewel.
Little repetitive.
Yeah.
But right after that, we got Austin Theory versus Seth freaking Rollins. This was a amazing match.
Loved it. It was
favorite
awesome.
match on the entire show.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, this was a great match.
It was
I'm
amazing.
surprised we got this match. I was thinking to myself as this match was going, I'm like, you would think we'd get this at like a premium live event. You know what I'm saying? I was not expecting for us to see this match on a regular Monday Night Raw.
For sure.
It was good, back and forth, amazing reversals, counters, close calls with Seth Rollins nearly losing, you know?
Yeah.
In the end, Seth Rollins wins clean with a curb stomp.
Great.
Wow.
No cheating, nothing. Just a clean slate victory by Seth freaking Rollins.
Wild. Caught me off guard.
It was a quick reversal by Seth Rollins, kicks him on the ground, curb stomp, 1, 2, 3.
Boom. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely awesome. Love the blonde hair by Seth Rollins.
Awesome.
It's good to be back.
Seth Rollins has the blonde hair again, and it is cool. It's not one side. It's basically all the ends of his hair, and it's
really cool.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what other people Seth Rollins is going to feud with the United States Championship. Of course, he does have that Mustafa Ali gig going on, but it kind of fell off this week because he had a match with Theory and no Ali. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of drifted off to Austin Theory this week and not so much Ali. But in the end, of course, we had Seth Rollins pick up the victory, and I'm psyched about it. It was pretty cool.
I totally like it. Of course, Austin Theory, no one likes him in the locker room. Of course.
Austin Theory. I like Theory, though. Theory's cool.
Everyone likes Theory. Seth Rollins, of course, classic heel. Need to get rid of that gimmick.
Oh.
We need to be back to like the Kingslayer, the original Seth Rollins that everyone likes.
100%.
And Austin Theory, I feel he has to cash in his Money in the Bank soon. Of course, he's the youngest Money in the Bank champion of all time.
And the youngest United States champion of all time.
But it kind of adds more dimension and character to his kind of like storyline or like perspective in the WWE. Kind of adding like, oh man, I have the Money in the Bank for any championship match. They have to worry about him cashing it in because he can do it at any time.
Even Seth Rollins' United States Championship, he could cash in on that title if he wanted to. He could.
But he's going for the top big dog.
But why wouldn't you want the world title?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Jumping right after that, we had Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was on an episode of Raw, and it felt good. It felt fresh.
Awesome.
No bloodline. It was only Reigns and Heyman. It felt a little like an unfinished puzzle. You know, without Sammy and the Usos and Solo Sikoa.
For sure.
I'm so used to seeing the bloodline out there together, having amazing promos, but I feel like they want to save those for SmackDown.
Wait, really quick. Are you feeling a little Usi right now?
I'm not feeling Usi, I'm not going to lie.
No.
But anyways, Roman cut a promo with Paul Heyman, and he asked the state of Texas to acknowledge him. And I feel like Roman's mic skills, I mean, they're decent. They've improved, but I feel like Paul Heyman, he handed it off to Paul Heyman so fast, and Roman Reigns sounded really robotic after he started talking about certain things that he started repeating himself a little bit. But then he handed it off to Paul Heyman. They start talking about how he's going to wreck Logan Paul. And here comes The Miz. The Miz interrupts Roman Reigns and offers him something that will blow your mind. He's like,
awesome.
Okay, if you help me take care of this psychotic stalker Dexter Lumis, I need the bloodline, I need you guys on my side, I acknowledge you, Roman Reigns, then I will share with you secrets and weaknesses of Logan Paul, because he's teamed with Logan Paul. He's had a rivalry with Logan Paul. He knows Logan Paul.
He knows.
So, this seems like a pretty good little thing that he's offering Roman Reigns.
For sure.
But then Roman Reigns is like, wait, why do you think I would need advice on beating Logan Paul? I'm going to knock him out. And Miz is like, it takes that one lucky shot. And he sort of mentioned that Logan Paul could knock out Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns wasn't too happy about that. And he Superman punches The Miz. This wasn't bad. You know, this wasn't bad.
I liked it.
You liked it.
I still kind of think, because as we saw in previous shows, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, I don't want you to interfere in this match, because that'll make Logan Paul Logan Paul's in our heads, you know, we're worried about him. I feel this kind of added a little bit more, like, the bloodline kind of fears Logan Paul a little bit. Like, knows that it only takes one punch to knock him out.
Yeah, because Roman Reigns wasn't too happy.
1, 2, 3.
Roman wasn't too happy when Miz said, "Oh, thinks he's gonna knock him out. I'm not gonna get knocked out."
Yeah, so
he's a little on edge.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel, could the Miz make at Crown Jewel possibly make an interference in this match? Maybe because you knocked me out. I'm helping out my old friend, Logan Paul, of course. That's prediction, of course. It may not happen. It could happen.
Could happen.
But I like what they did here. It kind of like Miz more thing. Still showing that the Miz is fearing Dexter Lumis.
Yes.
And hoping and wishing he needs a bigger guy to help him out.
This wasn't bad. You know, having the Miz come out shocked the crap out of me. I was expecting somebody more like Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? The current guy that he's freaking feuding with. Anyways, Miz comes out. The offer. It was pretty cool, I guess. And then Roman Reigns kind of punches him in the face. He's like, I own this place. I'm going to be at Logan Paul. Pretty serious promo as he's walking up the ramp, but I felt like he could have talked that on the microphone.
For sure.
He was like really serious in front of the camera. He's like, I'm not going to lose him. I'm going to do this. I feel like he should have did it on the microphone. Like he should have been like, yo, like he should have been really serious on the microphone. Not just talking to the people at home. He should have been talking to the arena. You know what I'm saying? But not bad. Miz, right after that, was in the medical trainer room, and he got approached by Ali. Ali requested a match against him later in the show, and of course, Miz got that broken jaw, so gonna work to the advantage of Mustafa Ali. We will talk about that match in a few. Right after that, we had Carl Anderson versus Damian Priest, one-on-one. Of course, you had the OC and Judgment Day on the ringside for both of them. Carl Anderson wins the match. He wins with a backslide on Damian Priest. Right when that bell rings, Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio right in the ring, and they start beating up on Carl Anderson. Here comes Styles and Luke Gallows. They come in the ring.
Awesome.
Then the ultimate factor, once again, is Rhea Ripley. Low blow to Luke Gallows, gets him out of the equation. And then the numbers game catch up to AJ Styles, and they catch up to Carl Anderson, who was already in a grueling match. So even though Carl Anderson won, they still made the Judgment Day look good by beating down the OC again.
What are they doing with this Rhea Ripley and Luke Gallows?
I'm getting sick of this personally. You know what I'm saying? This is so lame in my opinion. The Judgment Day, they're doing the same thing every week. Rhea Ripley, the Ultimate Factor, taking out OC. We get it.
Taking out Luke Gallows.
Taking out Luke Gallows.
Particular.
That's
It's
odd.
just Luke Gallows.
It
not
is
Carl
kind of
Anderson.
odd. I guess she's interested in Luke Gallows' balls. Very interesting.
Yeah, because
she
she
keeps
keeps
blowing him, dog.
him. Come on.
Odd. But anyways, this is repetitive, and we need to introduce somebody. Are they going to bring another woman here to the OC, or are they not?
Have to.
Give us that option. Like, give us something to think about. I feel like this is really lame, and I feel like it's really repetitive, what we've seen over the past, 3 weeks. And I don't like it, personally. I don't like it, and... Can, AJ Styles or Carl Anderson just freaking knock out Rhea Ripley or something? Come on.
Hey, you want to make an appearance? Spark
has just came down.
He just came down in the basement. We didn't even call him down. He just decided to come on down.
Spark
Do you have a
is
prediction?
here.
Do you have a prediction, Spark, in this match?
Spark is here. Spark, what do you want to say to the people? We got an infiltrator.
Wait, all right, tell me.
What?
He said to like and subscribe, and if you haven't seen the other videos, be sure to go check them out on the channel.
That's what he said. But anyways, what'd you think of this?
I thought it was really cool, of course, leading up to the Crown Jewel match.
Yeah.
Like Brett said, really repetitive week after week after week after week. They're not showing more dominance against other teams. It's just 1v1 against each other. But I do think that's really weird about Rhea Ripley and Luke Gallows.
Ugh.
How she's just going after Luke Gallows. That's
weird.
really interesting. But they do need to incorporate another woman to the OC.
Man up a little bit and take out Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, just punch her in the face.
If she's going to punch you, come on.
Yeah, just punch her in the face.
Like, boom.
Oh, that's all you gotta do. Just
no disrespect to women or anything, but it's WWE. What do you expect? How are you gonna get in that ring and not expect to be punched in the face?
Yeah, but Carl Anderson, I like how Carl Anderson run. It showed
He's the machine gun.
Yeah,
one of the best spine busters in the business.
Great. Oh,
such a sick spine. So much
Great.
impact. Boom. Brings them forward and brings them back so fast. Carl Anderson's a G. Machine gun, baby. Right after that. Do you have anything to say about that before we continue?
Oh, I really like the match. Showed dominance out of Carl Anderson.
Okay.
Knowing that he doesn't need another person to win a match.
He won.
He could beat Damian Priest, and Damian Priest is the most powerful one on that. So basically shows that,
yeah, they're not that good. All they do is cheat.
Yeah, that's it.
And they take shortcuts like low blowing. Freaking stupid.
Really?
Anyways, after that, we had MVP and Omos backstage. Basically just bashing Braun Strowman, saying Omos is going to be the new big guy in town. He's going to beat him at Crown Jewel. And then MVP said he has a surprise for Braun Strowman this Friday night on SmackDown. I don't know what that could be. Maybe a set trap.
Maybe an L.
Maybe a gigantic L, possibly. But I don't really care. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the biggest fan of Omos or MVP.
Wait, what does the WWE superstar do? What's that joke?
Huh?
What does the WWE superstar when he sees
Oh, yeah. What does a WWE superstar say when he sees moss on a rock?
Wait. Oh,
he says, "Oh, moss."
Oh my God, that is the worst WWE joke ever.
It's pretty freaking bad.
That's so bad.
Anyways,
but so true.
Right after that, let me get a drink of water here.
Enjoy. Take a short break. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Jumping back in. JBL and Happy Corbin. First of all, JBL comes out, and of course they're in the state of Texas, and that's JBL's hometown. Or home state, I should say. He comes out, he lives there, you know what I'm saying? He lives there, and he's like, yeah, these people, they used to be so much better than they are now. And of course, they gotta find some way to bash the crowd, even though that's where they live. So JBL bashes Texas once again, and he introduces his protege, Baron Corbin. So, how do you think this is going so far between JBL and Corbin? Do you like it, or do you not?
Once again, JBL and Corbin. Corbin had nothing before this.
Happy Corbin sucks.
For the fact, though, that R-Truth came out again.
R-Truth comes out right after that.
I do not know what they're doing with that.
I don't like it. I'm a fan of R-Truth. He did get injured yesterday night on NXT.
Yes.
So, you gotta pay homage to him. You gotta respect him for that. Hopefully he recovers soon. But I am not a fan of how he keeps coming out on Monday Night Raw and just interjecting himself randomly.
For sure.
Right after he started talking a little bit of crap to Corbin and JBL, End of days. Easy end of days.
End of days,
Takes
our
him out.
truth.
He's dressed as a cowboy for Halloween, obviously acting goofy. It's our truth. And then, you know, and they kind of just meet him with an end of days. I didn't like it. I would have preferred a match.
Yeah, for sure a match. Maybe
I would
like
prefer a match.
maybe Baron Corbin, but not against like a pro guy. Maybe like a mid-level to
Our
show
truth.
like just
You
show
could
that
have had
like,
a match with him instead of this dumb
yeah.
promo.
Well, he was kind of injured though. You have taken.
No, he was injured yesterday.
Yes.
Raw, he was not injured.
I got.
Because
But like, oh yeah, but considering like all that kind of stuff, I mean, of course, a match would have been good against maybe not our truth, but more of like a higher up guy to show that Baron Corbin's more dominant because JBL is
He's legit.
mentoring him.
Yeah.
That's it.
100%. Like I said, didn't like it. I would have preferred a match. Maybe like, up against like somebody.
For sure.
More popular. He faced Johnny Gargano and he faced Dolph Ziggler recently and beat them both.
That
You could add another victory, like our truth even.
big names.
He'd be 3-0.
Or maybe even like the Miz.
He could beat the Miz.
That could even be really good too.
You know, because Miz is former world champion. But anyways,
Yes.
jumping into our next matchup, it was a trick or street fight.
Oh.
Which means it's going to be a no-holds-barred Halloween, pumpkins surrounding the ring ordeal, candy cane
Awesome.
kendo sticks, candy, skeletons, just an all-out wild match.
It's fun.
My favorite one of
It's
all
fun.
time is Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose in like 2015.
That was great.
That's my favorite one
That was
because the
great.
Dirty Deeds and the pumpkin was so spot on. But
What-
anyways,
Wait, but really fast. What's the best street fight of all time?
Damian Sandow, Mark
Damian
Henry.
Sandow, Mark Henry.
Damian Sandow, Mark
Yes.
Henry from Monday Night Raw.
Where you had the heel Santa versus the good
Bad
Santa.
Santa, good Santa. Oh my God,
That was so good.
prime stuff right there.
So good.
So good.
Like,
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, search that crap
search
up.
it up. It's
coming
so
funny.
good.
It's so.
It kind of reminds you of our matches because we're just beating the crap out of each other with
Dude,
with,
Mark
like,
Henry.
weapons.
All right, back off topic. Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
Our next match was Riddle versus Otis in the Halloween street fight. Otis and Chad Gable were dressed as Chip and Dale. I believe that's what Gable said. I'm not too familiar with them exactly.
Shit. Are they like from guys from like HGTV?
I think they might be like
Chip-
animated characters. I'm
Maybe.
not 100% about it.
I don't know.
Anyways, besides the fact, who cares?
Yeah.
Matt Riddle was dressed as Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
He was dressed as Ezekiel because, of course, he was in his corner on ringside was Elias. So he paid homage to his brother, his younger brother, Ezekiel. And this match was pretty fun. I feel like it didn't live up to the hype, though. I feel like this match could have been way more fun and way more crazy. And also, dude, so they're fighting. They go to commercial. They come back from commercial. Candy everywhere. Carnage everywhere. What happened? Terrible commercial placement.
Literally.
It was like a 3-minute commercial, but they get back from a commercial, candy everywhere, carnage. I'm like, well, what happened? We missed when the candy went flying. So garbage. I hated that. But let me just
Yeah, for
continue
sure.
here.
going.
It continues, is Elias helps send Chad Gable through a table to get him out of the equation, and then in the end, Riddle is able to hit an RKO on Otis, who has a jack-o'-lantern on his head.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it was kind of botched. The pumpkin did fall off the head of Otis as he delivered it.
Ooh.
But that could happen. We still
Of
got the
course.
message though.
Yeah,
he delivered
yeah,
the RKO
To
with the pumpkin on his head, make it
head.
goofy. We get it, But as far as this goes, it was just okay.
Yeah, street fights for Halloween always like reign up to the hype. Oh man, Halloween, pumpkins getting smashed over people's head, which that does hurt. Pumpkins put on people's head, candy cane kendo sticks. It's always so cool, living up to the hype. But as Brett said, it didn't live up
This one
to
was
the
mid.
most of heights.
It's still
Back-
good stuff. The
Still,
jack-o'-lantern
of course.
RKO,
Great.
Gable through the table of candy. That was awesome. The commercial, I hated it. Oh my god,
Great.
it jacked up this match. The
Yeah, but-
commercial ruined the match.
Yeah, and if
my
you,
opinion.
And if you want to live up to more of the hype, you need to show that action with the candy being thrown everywhere, carnage being thrown
Show
everywhere.
what happened.
Because then even next year, a year from October 31st, Halloween, people are going to look for more towards that. Because people that are just getting into WWE, they're going to see that and be like, wait, we didn't even see any of that damage or anything like that. So,
Next, also, before we jump to the next thing,
Could've been
where
better.
I want Randy Orton back. We need Orton back. Riddle is missing something. I could see Elias maybe turning heel, and then You know, he starts beating up beating up
Possibly
Riddle, beating up Riddle.
Then Randy Orton
Randy
comes
Orton.
back.
I can
And
see
that's a
that,
tag team again.
you
That,
know.
that rivalry's done.
I know Randy's got like some sort of back injury type deal going on, but I hope he recovers fast because we want Randy back, man.
Randy.
I love Randy, dude. Especially him and Riddle. It's cool.
It's really cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, so many things on this show. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more to talk about. Next up, we had Miz versus Mustafa Ali, one-on-one. This was an okay match. Not my favorite match on the card. Mustafa Ali's attire, once again, was very, very cool. Nearing the end of the match, we had Miz fight Mustafa Ali near the commentator's table. Mustafa Ali runs back in the ring. A figure from the crowd grabs Miz, tries to choke him out, and it is Dexter Lumis. It is not Johnny. It's not Johnny Gargano this time. It is actually Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis tries to distract the Miz, but then he jumps over the barricade, tries to chase the Miz, but here comes security. They chase away Dexter Lumis. They chase him into the crowd. Dexter Lumis out of the equation. Miz gets in the ring. Little brawling between him and Ali is able to hit a 450 splash on Miz to pick up the victory over Miz. Another loss for the Miz.
Another loss.
Good win, though, for Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali, I felt like he needed this win going in his rivalry with Seth. You know, this gives him some momentum because he got that rivalry with Seth Rollins, the United States title.
Yeah, Miz is a big name.
Yeah, and Miz is former world champion. To have Mustafa Ali beat him is really good for Ali. But the Dexter stuff. Oh, my God. Same thing. Over the barricade again.
Black sweatshirt.
But what we're going to talk about next, I loved. But before we talk about that, what did you think about
this? Is it what I think it is?
Yes.
All right, awesome. I was going to make sure I didn't see it on here. I didn't want to make sure that you didn't forget about it. Miz Ali, it was a good match. It showed Ali, I gotta say, since he's came to WWE, he's grown a lot. Like he's done some great stuff.
He's decent.
And of course with this Dexter and Miz crap, still showing that Dexter Lumis is still in the Miz's head.
Yes.
Not the biggest fan of all that kind of stuff. Just end it already, have the match already, and just let Dexter Lumis go on to another rivalry.
Yeah,
maybe
and win,
get
the contract, and become a WWE superstar.
And do all that stuff. But with Ali getting the win over that, I think it's going to be pretty cool. Seth Rollins versus Ali. That's going to be a phenomenal match. Both high flyers ready to put their body on the line. It's going to be a good match.
Not bad. Jumping into the next thing, I loved it. There are mixed opinions going around social media. Certain people don't like it. Certain people do like it. Let me know in the live chat if you guys liked it. I loved this.
Oh,
Johnny Gargano, the investigation of the Lumis-Miz story. He's been attacking him. What's going on? Johnny Gargano has a theory, and he has allegations against the Miz for treating Dexter Lumis the way he's been treating him. Johnny Gargano says that Miz has been paying Dexter Lumis to attack him. He has been paying him to attack him because Dexter Lumis, of course, was released by WWE during the Vince era. And Lumis needed some money, you know, and he got approached by The Miz. He got a call from The Miz. Miz was like, how about you attack me? You attack me, you choke me from behind, you pull me into the arena, and we stir some controversy. Because Johnny Gargano said Hollywood stars love to create controversy. They love to get people talking. So he's paying Dexter Lumis to attack him scriptedly. But the thing is, WWE is scripted. So this
it's
sort
like
of was,
scripted.
it was a script. They're talking about something that they think is scripted that is scripted. It was so crazy. It was just trippy as crap, but I loved this. I thought it was really goofy. And then Miz stopped paying Dexter Lumis after a certain amount of time. Dexter Lumis started to get legitimately pissed about this. And he started attacking The Miz for real because of Miz stopping paying Dexter Lumis, and that is why Lumis is now going after a contract here from Monday Night Raw. So now Lumis wants revenge over The Miz, so that's why he's now actually antagonizing him for real and costing him matches, like the one earlier in the show against Ali. Gargano, this was cool. I did enjoy it. I do want Gargano to move on. I want him to be in a real rivalry with somebody like Tommaso Ciampa. Remake that.
Or Ricochet.
Ooh, or Ricochet. He is on SmackDown, but you never know. But what do you think about this?
Oh,
I know you're a fan of this.
I gotta say, you summarized that like That was a great summary.
I know I did good.
That was a great summary.
I know.
So, I feel, in my opinion, this kind of brings my thought back to, like, the prime Vince era of kind of like this goofy crap that's scripted of scripted.
Yeah, Johnny Gargano is talking about something that he thinks is fake, and it is fake.
Everything that's going on is fake.
But oh
Like,
my God. It's like he
so-
was trying to expose the WWE,
While
but
being fake.
but it
what
is
he's
fake.
saying
It's
is
crazy.
fake.
It's
like,
crazy.
alright.
It'll blow your mind. It's like what?
Everything's fake.
Or not fake.
Well, I mean,
Like,
you know
yeah,
what I mean.
Yeah, it's scripted,
Yeah.
but they're trying to. Like, when people say WWE's fake, I like to bounce back and say, like, if anybody ever says, hey, WWE's fake, why do you watch it?
They're still
Why do you-
fighting and getting beat up, and it still hurts. Trust me, Brett has beat me up in matches, and I've lost to Brett alive.
All right. So, when people say WWE is fake, I like to bounce back and say, okay, you are, to an extent, right. It is all scripted. They are told who's going to win. They are in storylines. This is all staged. But the matches and the action that you're seeing on screen happens, like when somebody does a suplex, they are landing on the mat. When somebody does a powerbomb, they are slamming them on the mat. But the thing is, they are trying to keep their opponent as safe as possible in the ring while making it look as real as possible.
And entertaining
which
the fans.
sometimes makes, like a chop to the chest, like this, is real. But, you know, you just gotta suck it up. It's painful. You know, you're not gonna come out of a match like, oh, I'm good. Yeah, you're gonna be sore.
Yeah.
But of course, in the end, you're trying to keep each other as safe as possible in the ring while making it look as realistic as possible. Just like a movie.
Just
You
literally.
know what I'm saying? Oh, but anyways, I like that Gargano segment. He did a really good job explaining that with Byron Saxton. I felt like Byron Saxton was so serious. He's like, why is
So
this
what'd you think about
so
all this stuff?
He's like, so you have these serious allegations? He's like, wow.
And then you're Johnny
Byron
Gargano.
Saxton was so serious. And I'm like, what is this guy? But it was pretty crazy what Gargano was saying. But Byron's like,
And then here's Johnny
it's like,
Gargano. He's like,
dude,
he's like,
easy.
he's paying him off. He's doing all this stuff.
Like, Byron
He's hitting
Saxton was so serious. It was
great.
insane.
Byron
Byron
it
Saxton
actually
was like,
felt like real.
well,
kind
yeah,
of
like Byron Saxton was like legitimately shocked. He was like,
oh my god.
wow, these allegations are crazy. But I liked it. I thought it was goofy
thought
as
it was
crap.
awesome.
Some people hated it. I loved it.
Whoever thought it wasn't good,
That was actually like one of the first things I've liked out of this Dexter Lumis Miz rivalry. And it wasn't in
Same.
between them. It was about Gargano.
it was awesome. But besides the fact, Johnny Gargano should go against other rivalries with more Ricochet, maybe even
Yes,
Dolph Ziggler.
get away from
That'd be
this.
really cool.
Get away from this.
Yeah, get away from Miz. Even though I really liked the segment, this was
cool.
It-
I did enjoy it. What did you
this
guys
was
think in the
awesome.
live chat? Anyways, we're going to jump into our last match. Now.
Wait, really fast. You did summarize how WWE fake. Once again, really good. It's a good summary on how WWE is fake, but it's also not fake at the same time.
Are we going to do a podcast on the pay-per-view this Saturday? I am planning on it, yes. It is going to be on Sunday, because are you off Sunday?
I'm off Sunday.
You're off Sunday. I am also off Sunday.
We do have the Bears
Toy-Con
game.
is also Sunday. So we got Toy-Con in the morning, Bears game, podcast on the Crown Jewel.
Podcast at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, after the Bears game, probably.
4 o'clock Central Time. Because we gotta watch the Bears game.
So expect a review of Crown Jewel on the Bird Live channel the day of, because I'm calling off work, because I'm freaking going to watch that entire show and post a freaking review.
That's what I'm freaking talking about.
And then I'm going to do a podcast form the next day. Anyways, jumping into the last thing we're going to be talking about the video. I like to number, so let me just show you my notes here, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So as I go through the show, I number things that happen.
Like
So-
main events, not like.
I don't know if you guys are
promos
going to be able
or
to see it because
anything
it's
like
bright as hell, but anyways, you can see the numbers that I put on the side. That is showing like promos and matches.
that. Yeah.
Not like backstage segments,
For sure.
reviews. That's promos and matches. So, in the end, 10 things happened on the show. Crazy.
10 big things.
10
not
like
counting
major things,
backstage
like
promos,
exactly like I
anything
just said.
that.
So
Just
that's pretty
like-
crazy, man. But that's a lot of freaking stuff. But anyways, our last match. Would you like to? You watched this, didn't you?
You could talk about this one.
Okay. Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky for the Women's Tag Team Championships. I thought this was an easy one. before going into this match, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be boring. Dakota Kai and Io Sky with the victory. You know, Bayley's gonna get involved. Easy. You know.
Once again, predictable.
Predictable, but as this match went on, I was like, wait a minute. You know, Bianca Belair and Bayley were both on ringside. They started having an altercation nearing the end of the match. The match was okay. I got really bored. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted to fall asleep. Okay, but
it was 10 o'clock.
Bianca Belair, Bayley, they started brawling near the commentators' table. They brawled out into the WWE universe, got on top of these shipping crates, and Bayley, keep in mind, Bayley did a Bayley to belly to Bianca Belair off of the shipping containers through 2 tables. Bayley did that. Just keep that in mind. She does that to Bianca Belair through the tables, and then transitioning into the ring, Dakota Kai and Io Sky really distracted. Oh no, our leader, our teacher just went through a table. Oh my gosh, I'm distracted. Boom. Alexa Bliss and Asuka take advantage, and then Alexa Bliss is somehow able to hit a Twisted Bliss off the top rope and pin one of the members of Damage Control. Forgot who it was, but she pins one of them to become the Women's Tag Team Champions. This shocked the crap out of me, and I was not expecting it. And yeah, what did you think of it? It shocked me.
That is a
match
lot
was
to take
boring.
in. That's a lot to take in.
Bayley does the move to Bianca, getting the best of the face, and then the faces get the best of the heels in the ring. I thought it was just such a curveball.
Because
you would expect Bayley to hit it on Bianca, and then Io Sky and Dakota Kai destroy Asuka and Alexa Bliss to keep a heel beat up face, heel beat up face in the ring. But no, they did heel beat up face outside of the ring, face beat up heel in the ring. That was weird.
Does that kind of show like that Asuka and Alexa kind of focus more on the reputation of winning matches versus focusing on like seeing if Bianca Belair is okay or anything like that?
Yeah, like they didn't really show their compassion to Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair's their friend. They win the titles. They don't even go outside to see if Bianca's okay.
Yeah.
Odd. I don't feel like that was thought of by WWE Creative. Like I said this, but Triple H, I feel like maybe Asuka and Alexa should have went outside and checked on Bianca after this match. I think that would have been a great visual showing that they care for Bianca. You know, because she just went through a freaking table by Bayley with a Bayley belly. I just felt it made no sense. They completely forgot about Bianca and Bayley on the outside. It was weird. I don't know. This was just. I thought it was weird that they won the titles too. You know.
Yeah.
Cool. But weird.
Well, yeah. Like I said, I think Asuka and Alexa mainly focus more on the reputation, but really they don't want Damage Control to be cheating and winning victories. So I think they focus more on helping out Bianca Belair, but not helping out her match. She just wants them to win. They don't want it. They just want clean slate victories. They don't want to probably get involved in any of that kind of like rivalry or anything like that.
Not a bad way to end the show, ending with new Women's Tag Team Champions. Basically, almost immediately, they announced a rematch between these two teams at the Crown Jewel, and there's no way that Io Sky and Dakota Kai are winning those titles back. No way.
No.
But anyways, guys, that was Monday Night Raw. Full show in a whole. I wouldn't say it was too bad. Like I said, it was one of like the lowest viewership views of Raw in like a long time.
I feel like it should have got more though.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't horrible.
It was decent.
A lot of stuff happened. Your favorite moment and your rating. We always do this at the end of our podcast. Your favorite moment and your ranking out of 5. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst of the entire show. Go.
They're saying I might get some hate for this one.
Favorite moment and
but favorite moment. I'm going with number 9, which is the WWE interview between Baron Corbin and Johnny Gargano exposing.
Wait. Baron Corbin, Byron Saxton, and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, sorry, mixed up with the words.
Say it again.
Alright, so my favorite one was number 9, which is between basically Byron Saxton and Johnny Gargano talking about Miz and Dexter Lumis. I thought I really liked that. It was planned out great. The acting was great. It was all great.
It was like, goofy, man. It's cool.
I was literally zoned in that team. I was like,
what?
What is going? This is awesome. Like it reminds you of like WWE back then. Like it was just cool. Of course, the other matches on the shows were really good.
Yeah.
But that's what most stood out to me for
your ranking out of 5.
Ranking out of 5, I'm going to go with a 3.
Ooh, you're being nice.
Out of 5. I'm going with 3 out of 5. I liked some of the matches. Of course, some of them kind of held down the show a little bit, But the action with, of course, of course, Austin Seth. I watched the majority of that match. That was really cool. The Roman promo, all that kind of stuff. Everything was good. A couple of matches could have been a lot better.
Definitely.
More build up could have been a decent amount better. But in the end, number 9, the Miz Burn Saxon thing. That was my favorite, and I'm gonna give the show a 3 out of 5.
I want to agree with you. I want to say that the Miz, Loomis, Gargano, Byron Saxton interview investigation of the Loomis-Miz rivalry was my favorite thing on the show, but it was not. My favorite thing on the show was number 3.
3.
The third thing that happened on the show, that being Austin Theory going one-on-one with Seth Rollins. I love this
Really
match.
good.
Theory is getting better week after week, and he's becoming one of my favorite heels on the show. I love him as Mr. Money in the Bank. He brags it in. That Money in the Bank briefcase is getting more and more damaged, just like Seth Rollins in 2014, and it's very reminiscent to Seth Rollins' little Money in the Bank run. I love it. I love Theory. He's a beast. And like I say, he's growing week after week, and this match was no exception. It was a great match between him and Seth. Freaking loved it.
Sure.
And I'm interested to see what else Theory's going to be doing in the future. And Theory losing, it is a little setback for him. But you gotta have Seth win. He's the United States champion. You gotta have him, teach him a lesson. But Theory grew in this match, and that was my favorite thing on the show. In the end, my full ranking of the show is going to be a 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. I thought it was a weaker Monday Night Raw.
What could they have done better?
I don't know. I feel like different things were lacking. Like the Roman promo was lacking. Carl Anderson, Damian Priest, that match was so repetitive. JBL Corbin, that was boring. Riddle Otis, that could have been way more. Bianca Nikki Cross, that was all right.
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali Miz, that was okay. Asuka and Alexa winning, confusing as crap. Favorite thing on the show, Theory and Seth Rollins one-on-one.
Follow-up.
Seth Rollins winning the match, and my ranking 2 out of 5.
But a follow-up after Austin Theory and Seth Rollins, follow-up ranking. Which one's like your second favorite? Would you go with the interview?
The interview would be my second favorite.
And my second favorite would be the Austin Theory and Seth Rollins match, for sure.
But yes, guys, that has been the episode 3 of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. How are you liking these podcasts so far?
I enjoyed the. I actually really enjoyed.
They're good.
The fact that we average around 40 minutes per podcast.
We're bumping there now, like 42.
Yeah, which I really enjoy. You know, the fact you got the notes set up here so I could remember everything that happened.
Yep.
Super nice. Basically, I enjoy talking here, talking about the WWE, seeing what they can do different, talking just how good the show is.
Definitely, it's fun. The next podcast is more than likely going to be on SmackDown. Again, more than likely, the next part we might have to skip SmackDown and jump right to Crown Jewel. But like I said, guys, the work schedule sort of gets involved with this. But we are going to be continuing. We're still going to be doing these podcasts on this channel.
Always.
Don't think that just because we don't upload one-on-one show doesn't mean we're done with the channel. We're going to try our best to keep these podcasts going and grow this channel even more.
At least once a week.
I want to thank Dink for being in this video, and I want to thank each and every person that stopped by and watched even a couple seconds of this live stream.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the ones that are helping us grow this channel, and I really hope we can get this channel to 1,000 subs and have 100 people watching this video at one time. That's the goal, and I cannot wait to get there. I know we're going to get there. But yes, guys, that has been the Pro Wrestling Podcast, Episode 3 on Monday Night Raw, October 31st, 2022 on Halloween night. It was a solid show. 2 out of 5 from me, 3 out of 5 from Dink. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bretto Live. And I review. Out.
Out.